Hi class, welcome back to Algebra 1. After our long break, it's probably really hard to get started, but here we go. I'm doing this right with my family's all around, so you might hear noises in the background, so just bear with me. We're going to do Lesson 60, Geometric Solids, Prisms, and Cylinders. So this is a good one actually for me to do online because you know I wouldn't be able to draw these things in class. This is a really simple lesson, it won't take long at all. A prism, look over here to the right, we have something to write with. We have over here, these are both prisms, these two. This is a right prism. You'll notice the lines form right angles with bases. So it's a right prism. This one's just a plain prism, I guess you'd call it. A prism is a geometric solid where two faces, called the bases, are identical and parallel polygons, and where the other faces are parallelograms. So you can see the base right here. You can see a base down here. They're both, looks like they're pentagons. They're exactly the same, and they're parallel. That's why they have these parallelograms drawn around them to show they're parallel. The altitude, which would be the height, is not this line that slants down, but it would be from one base to the other, and that forms a perpendicular with the other base. These are called lateral edges right here, and these are the lateral sides. One on the sides and one on the laterals. That is a regular prism. This one right here is a right prism. The altitude is actually the side because it is perpendicular to the base. And same thing, lateral edge, lateral face, right prism. The other one we're going to talk about is a cylinder. A cylinder is a prism, except that its bases are closed curves instead of polygons. And I think most of the ones we're going to do are either circles or ovals for our closed space. I don't think they have any that are other than that. So here's our cylinder. We have our bases, instead of them being polygons that are parallel, they're closed curves, or circles, or ovals, or closed curves. Same thing, the altitude is the perpendicular distance. But if you're going to do a right cylinder, the altitude, which is also called the axis, is the altitude. It's going to be perpendicular to the base. It doesn't slant. What the right ones mean is it doesn't slant because it's going to be perpendicular to the base, which is a right angle. There's two formulas that you need to know. They're actually quite simple. The volume of either a cylinder or prism is the area of the base times the height. And the lateral surface area, remember this lateral surface area, is the perimeter of the base times the height. So I just have two really simple examples and we'll be done. So in example 1, we have a right hexagonal prism. And they're going to tell us that our height right here is 9 inches. And let's see, do they have anything else for us? In the area of the base, they're going to tell you this. The area of the base is 28 inches squared. So if you look up here at our formula, the volume of either cylinder or prism is the area of the base times the height. So we would just say the area, the volume, we're doing volume. This one we find the volume. So it's going to be the volume is equal to the area of the base times the height. So the area of the base they give us is 28. The area of the height, the height is 9 inches. So you just multiply those two together, and you're going to get 252. And we're doing volume, and volume is always cubic, whatever it is. So it'll be cubic inches. So that would be our volume. Let's look at one more example. This one, they want us to find the lateral surface area of the right prism whose bases are regular pentagons. So this one we want to find the lateral surface area. So we just use our formula. The formula says perimeter of the base. So we get on here, we have the base, we know one side's 8. So the perimeter of the base is just going to be 8 times 5. And this one is in meters. So the perimeter of the base is just going to be 40 meters, not squared, because we are just adding the meters together, so we get 40 meters. And the formula says the perimeter lateral surface area, 5, equals the perimeter of the base, which would be 40, times the height, which is 15. So we're going to have meters times meters. So the lateral surface area is going to be 600 meters squared. And that's all there is to finding either the volume of a cylinder or a prism and the lateral surface area. Now, if we're going to do a right cylinder, we would have to find the size. I don't know if they give you any of these or not. I don't think they do, but you'd have to kind of like pretend like it was a label, like on a soup can, and lay it out, and then you'd have to find the surface area of that, which would be a rectangle. So if we hit that, I'll answer your questions about that in class. So that's it for lesson 60. Lesson 61 will be coming up shortly.